It.
I'm very excited, but I'll tell you why I'm excited. Of course, I'm always excited being invited and speaking and meeting new people, but today I'm especially excited because first time I came to India exactly 12 years ago, July 2013, I came to this hotel. This was my first impression of India back in 2013. Now, this is very interesting because if I try to remember what was this country like in 2013 and where it is today, and what's the future beholds of this country, this is all thanks to technology, and cybersecurity is an essential part of that. I remember back then, 2013, I used to carry cash all around, paying cash, all those small 10 rupee notes, the large 1,000 rupee notes that we all miss them, but they're not there anymore. And this was all very, very, very kind of old school way of doing business and dealing economy, even on the day-to-day life. Now, I came back to visit and travel in Rajasthan in 2017. And first time in my life, I saw the wonder of UPI. And I was amazed. I'm still amazed every day I use UPI because although I come from a very technologically advanced country, Israel, in terms of digital payments, we're not, we haven't got to the point where India is at now. And from the national level, I want to talk on the corporate level, which is where you people are coming from. And when we talk about corporate and we talk about cybersecurity, we have lots of things happening. And most of them are happening because, or thanks to, depends on how you perceive it, AI. Now, today, as we speak, there are already people who are starting their business from the comfort of the living room using AI. They deploy AI agents, they do their marketing, they do their research, they even do their sales. Thanks to the advanced payment systems, they're also doing their payments, but they also impose a threat. Okay? So, of course, AI is a huge opportunity, but it has some threats embedded in it. I remember when e-commerce was starting to be used heavily, we always wondered, should I put my credit card on the website? I mean, isn't it a bit too much? Today, of course, we all use e-commerce one way or another. If it's not by putting our credit card, then our UPI or net banking, whatever. But when you use AI, you give those computers or the internet much more than just your credit card number, okay? Now let's admit, we all ask AI questions about our work, about our business, and this information just goes into the AI engines and nobody really knows what's happening to it or where is it gonna show up. And therefore, today you have many, many companies who are emerging in this complete new cybersecurity vertical of AI. So let's put it in this way. If you have a business and the only way that you keep your business secure is by a firewall, maybe antivirus, I wish you best of luck, but you have many more vulnerabilities that you're facing. And those are growing every day because remember when I said that today people are starting companies from the comfort of their living room or bedroom? Imagine who else is doing it. That's right, all the bad actors, all the hackers, they've been working from their homes since the term hacker was invented some, 30, 40 years ago. So those hackers, they also, apart from the fact they are working from home, they have very high incentive because being a hacker is a very, let's say, low risk, high income kind of thing that people can do. And you have lots of very smart people in this country who are educated in cybersecurity. And they're thinking to themselves, they do the math. They say, okay, starting as a junior in some technology company, that's not going to pay me much. But if I can, hit some companies, hit some individuals, phishing attacks, all of those, I can make some good money. That's good enough. Well, that's the reality. You have, I think, you can see the stolen credentials, 71% increase. This actually means, in other words, that even if your company has best-in-class cybersecurity measures, credentials can still be stolen. Not because of your infrastructure, but because those credentials are being used elsewhere. Now, let's be honest. How many of you use your work email to log into third-party websites, right? You order some stuff, you don't want to get all this spam email, so you put your company email. And then, of course, you reuse your password. Come on, we all do that. So that's a risk. Suddenly, your company will be found on your company credentials will be found on the dark net. So that's a major risk. A few solutions, okay? Quickly. Of course, there are many more, but let's say a good place to start from is using 3 simple solutions. First of all is your third-party risk monitoring. Of course, you all work with different vendors. You have different agencies you work in, different suppliers, the entire supply chain. You might have dozens, if not hundreds of different vendors. If their cybersecurity posture is not good, then let me tell you something, your cybersecurity posture is at risk. Luckily, we use AI to detect that. So AI can also help us. So this is one solution. Second, as I said, most likely your company credentials are out there on the darknet, or Telegram channels, or Discord channels. Might be for free, might be for cost, because again, hackers want to make money, and you're at risk. Why you're at risk? Because it's like running away from a tiger. How do you win the tiger? Make sure you run faster than your friend. So once your credentials are on the dark web, means you're slower than your friend. Means you're appealing to those hackers to use those credentials and hit your company with some ransomware attacks. And these happens every day. We read every day in the newspapers. Some company paid some CRs of rupees because of a ransomware attack. Sad story, but it happens all the time. Third solution, cloud security. Why is cloud important? Because this is what makes your company agile and gives you a prospect of growth, okay? Most of companies today use cloud in some way or another. And cloud has to have some security. Although most of cloud providers provide security to their cloud, it might give you the impression that you are also secured. This is wrong. They secure their infrastructure. You're hosted there, that's fine. But they're not aware, for obvious reason, of what's happening inside the storage between companies. And the same way that you're hosting your data on a cloud doesn't mean that a bad actor who is also using the same cloud to infiltrate and steal your data, or worse than that, your client's data. So, quick conclusion, okay, because I do want you to step out of this, not afraid, but informed that the era of AI brings us amazing advancements, but also imposes a risk. Becoming a hacker today is not only a profitable thing, but it's also very easy with the power of AI. And we can harness the power of AI to become more resilient. This is me, Daniel Keshet, and I had the pleasure speaking to you today. Thank you very much. If I have 10 seconds, I can take a few questions. Offline is also good. Later over drinks, the best questions come. Thank you very much.